my dear students, and welcome to Zenith Academy Online. My name is Shagufta Jaipuri, and today we are doing the chapter Chemical Calculations, and we are on part 2 of the chapter Chemical Calculations for GCSE year 11. And in this module we will be talking about equations and calculations. So in this module we learn what balanced chemical equations tells us about chemical reactions and how to use the balanced equations to calculate masses of reactants and masses of products. Now students, here is a balanced chemical reaction. CH4, that is methane, plus twice oxygen reacts to give carbon dioxide and twice water. Okay. Here you can see there is one molecule of CH4, that is methane. There are two molecules of O2. Here you can see one molecule of oxygen, one oxygen atom and one oxygen atom. So there are two such molecules. These two in front of the formula of the element, that is oxygen, is the coefficient. It's called the coefficient. It implies that there are two molecules of oxygen. And if there is no number written ahead of the formula, then it means there is one molecule. So here you can see one carbon atom and four hydrogen atoms. Now, in products, you can see carbon dioxide. So, one carbon, black, and two oxygen. Okay, two oxygen. Also, here two water molecules are there. One oxygen, you can see in red, and two hydrogen atoms in white. So, this two also implies that there are two molecules. So, in a balanced chemical reaction, the number of atoms of a particular element remains same on reactant side and product side. So here if you see carbon, okay, how many carbon atoms are there? There is one carbon atom on the reactant side. Here if you see on the product side, there is only one carbon atom. So number of atoms remains same. Hydrogen, if I see here, there are four hydrogen here. So hydrogen is 4. There is no hydrogen here. Now here if you see, there is two water molecules. So 2H2. So hydrogen is 2 into 2, which is 4. Here if you see oxygen, two oxygen atoms and there are two molecules, so 4. So oxygen is 4. Here also if you see oxygen, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is 4. So the number of atoms on the left hand side is equal to number of atoms on the right hand side. Such a reaction is known as balanced chemical reaction or balanced symbol reaction. Now amounts, that is mass of reactants and products from equation. So if we have a balanced reaction or a balanced chemical equation or a balanced symbol equation, from that we can find out the masses of reactants and products. Let's see. A balanced equation shows the amount in moles of reactants that react and the amount of products that are made. So in which terms it shows? In terms of moles. Now, from these amounts, the masses of reactants and products can be calculated. In a balanced equation, the coefficient, that is the numbers in front of the formula, I showed you the two. So, in a balanced equation, the coefficients show the amount of the reactant and the products. So, if there is no coefficient, the amount is 1 mole. So, let's look at this example. 2 mg plus O2 gives 2 mgO. So, what does it mean? See, here there is a coefficient 2. So, it means 2 moles of Mg, there is no coefficient, reacted with 1 mole of oxygen. So, 2 mole of Mg reacted with 1 mole of oxygen to give you 2 moles of MgO, magnesium oxide. So, this coefficient, since there is no coefficient, we write 1. So, this coefficient says that how many moles, the amount of reactants react to give how many moles of product. So, what is the amount of product? So, this coefficient gives you the amount in terms of moles. So, in this question, 2 moles of Mg reacted with 1 mole of oxygen to give you 2 moles of MgO. So, this way we found the amount in terms of moles. So now if you want to calculate masses from the equation and not the amount in terms of moles. So when you want to find the amount in terms of masses from the equation and given masses, how to find? See, balanced equation and the relative formula mass values can be used to calculate what? to calculate the mass of product made from a given mass of a reactant, and it also helps to calculate the mass of the reactant which is needed to make a given mass of the product. So basically it is used to find the mass of product and reactant. Now, the masses of substance shown in a balanced chemical equation can be calculated using this equation. Mass is equal to relative formula mass into amount. We saw this formula in our last video module, that mass is, we saw that relative formula mass was mass upon amount. So mass is relative formula mass into amount. So for example, in this equation, Mg plus O2 gives MgO. So when you balance it, 2 and 2 here. The masses are calculated as. Now how do we calculate masses? Let's see. This is how many moles? 2 moles. This is 1 mole and this is again 2 moles. Right? Now we know 1 mole corresponds to relative atomic mass or relative molecular mass. Okay. So here 2 moles of Mg will see 1 mole corresponds to Mg is 24 grams. So 2 moles will correspond to 2 into 24, which is 48 grams. So this way we can calculate that 48 grams of Mg was used. Okay. Also you can calculate using this formula. Mass is relative formula mass into amount. So what will be the mass here? Mass will be equal to, what is relative formula mass? Relative formula mass is 24 into the amount. Amount is 2 moles. So 2. So this is 48. Now here 1 mole. 1 mole of oxygen molecule. Okay. See here 1 mole of oxygen atom is 16. So oxygen molecule will be 32. So 1 mole will correspond to here 32 grams. Right? Here 2 moles of MgO we have to find out. So first let us find out the relative molecular formula mass of MgO. So Mg is 24 and O is 16. So it becomes 40. And since there are 2 moles here, so it is 2 into 40, which is 80 grams. So from this equation we can say that 48 grams of Mg reacted with 32 grams of oxygen to form 80 grams of magnesium oxide. Now, next example, in the reaction shown by the equation below, what mass of sulfur dioxide can be made from 16 grams of sulfur? So what are they asking? If they have taken 16 gram of sulfur, how much SO2 will be formed? This is the question. Okay, in the reaction shown by the equation, what mass of sulfur dioxide can be made from 16 gram of sulfur? Now, according to this reaction, okay, if I write the reaction again, S plus O2 gives SO2. You can see there are no coefficient if you balance it. Okay, so 1 mole of sulfur is giving you 1 mole of SO2, right? 1 mole corresponds to relative atomic mass, and relative atomic mass of sulfur is 32. So 1 mole corresponds to 32 grams. Okay. Now here 1 mole of SO2 is already given to you in the question. Relative molecular mass, that is 64. So here we can write 64 grams. So 32 gram of sulfur can give 64 gram of SO2. And in the question they have asked 16. So therefore 16 gram will give you how much of SO2? Just follow the unitary method. For 1 it is 64 upon 32, and for 16 it is into 16. 16 ones are 16, 16 twos are 32. So this becomes 32 gram of SO2. The same thing you can solve like this. First you have to find the amount of sulfur. Okay. So amount we know by the formula mass upon relative atomic mass. So mass is 16 which is given, and relative atomic mass of sulfur is 32. So 16 upon 32 is 0.5 mole. From the equation it is seen 1 mole gives 1 mole. So 0.5 mole will give 0.5 mole of SO2. So the equation shows that 1 mole of sulfur reacts with 1 mole of oxygen molecules to give 1 mole of sulfur dioxide. This means that 0.5 moles of sulfur makes 0.5 moles of sulfur dioxide. So mass of sulfur dioxide, again we will use the formula. Mass is relative formula mass into amount. So relative formula mass is 64, and amount now we have calculated is 0.5. So 64 into 0.5 will also give you 32. But according to me, if it is getting difficult for you to learn the formula and apply the formula, if you are getting panicked, then the simplest way is the way I did earlier, that 1 S corresponds to 1 mole of S corresponds to 1 mole of SO2, right? And 1 mole of sulfur means 32 grams. So 32 grams corresponds to 64. So 16 gram will correspond to how much? So this is the best way. Here you don't have to remember any formulas. Now in the question, in the reaction shown by the equation, what mass of nitrogen is needed? Now this is asked, what mass of nitrogen is needed to make 120 gram of nitrogen monoxide? So from the equation it is seen that 1 mole of nitrogen is required to form 2 moles of NO. Now this is asked, so we will keep this in the right hand side. Whatever is asked, we keep that on right hand side. So we say that 2 moles of NO requires how much nitrogen? 1 mole of nitrogen, right? Now mole corresponds to relative molecular mass. For NO it is given 30, and since it is 2, so 2 into 30. Okay. Now 60 grams requires how many moles of, so N2 if you want to convert into grams, so it is 28. So here it is evident that 60 gram NO requires 28 gram of nitrogen. Therefore in the question is 120. So therefore 120 gram of NO will be formed from how much nitrogen? 28 upon 60 into 120. Simple unitary method. 61 is 60, 62 is 120. 28 into 2 is equal to 56 grams. So 120 grams of monoxide requires 56 grams of nitrogen. I hope this is very clear and very easy to understand. You don't have to remember any formulas here. 12 grams of magnesium reacts completely with excess hydrochloric acid. So which is the limiting reactant? Magnesium, because it reacts completely with excess hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is in excess to form magnesium chloride and hydrogen. Okay. So this is the reaction that they have given. Calculate the maximum mass of hydrogen that can be produced. So they are asking the mass of the product. Okay. So if they are asking the mass of hydrogen, don't calculate the mass of MgCl2. Now, so first we will have to find the mass of Mg, and then we will relate with this. Okay. So with the formula, first I will show you with the formula and then with the different method. Now amount of magnesium is calculated first. So amount of magnesium by the formula mass upon relative atomic mass. So what is the mass? Mass is 12. And what is the relative atomic mass of magnesium? It is 24. So 12 upon 24 is 0.5 mole. So according to reaction, 1 mole of Mg is corresponding to 1 mole of hydrogen. So 0.5 mole will correspond to 0.5 mole. Okay, so directly calculate mass for H2, relative molecular mass into amount. Okay, so this amount will be same here, 0.5. Okay, and relative molecular mass is 2. So 2 into 0.5 is 1 gram. Right. Now we will calculate with our method. See here, Mg plus twice HCl is forming MgCl2 and H2. Now we don't have any issue because we have been given magnesium and we are told to find H2. So this is also 1 mole and this is also 1 mole. Okay, but what is asked? Maximum mass of hydrogen is asked. So what is asked is already on the right hand side. So 1 mole of magnesium will form 1 mole of hydrogen. Now 1 mole of magnesium corresponds to 24 gram, relative atomic mass in grams. So 24 grams of magnesium forms 1 mole of hydrogen, that is 2 grams of hydrogen, right? Because molecular mass of hydrogen is 2. Okay, so if 24 gram is forming 2, then 12 gram will form how much? Therefore 12 gram will form how much? Unitary method, 2 upon 24 into 12. 12 ones are 12, 12 twos are 24, 2 into 1 gets cut, so it becomes 1 gram. So here also you get 1 gram, here also you get 1 gram. So you can follow any of this. Now this is our next question. 1 gram of calcium carbonate decomposes, see, this is 1 gram. So 1 gram of this calcium carbonate decomposes to form calcium oxide, this calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Calculate the maximum mass of carbon dioxide that can be produced. You have to find the mass of carbon dioxide that can be produced. Okay, so from the equation it is very clear, CaCO3 gives CaO and CO2. So it is very clear that 1 mole of CaCO3 decomposes. You have to write the full sentence in the exam. I am just explaining you on board like this. So 1 mole of calcium carbonate decomposes to give 1 mole of carbon dioxide, right? You will have to write the full sentence, decomposes to give. Okay, so if I calculate the relative molecular mass here of calcium carbonate, it is already given 100. So it means 100 grams of calcium carbonate decomposes to give, this is also given, 44 grams of carbon dioxide. So in the question it is asked what will 1 gram do? Okay, so now therefore 1 gram will decompose to give how much CO2? Again simple unitary method, right hand side upon left hand side into what is asked. Okay, so 44 divided by 100 becomes 0.44 grams. So 0.44 grams of carbon dioxide will be formed when 1 gram of calcium carbonate decomposes. I hope this method is very clear to you. Now let's look at from the formula point of view. So first find out the amount of calcium carbonate. So amount of calcium carbonate is found using the formula mass upon relative molecular mass. So it's 1 upon 100. So it becomes 0.01. Now if you look at the reaction, 1 mole corresponds to 1. So here 0.01 mole will correspond to 0.01 mole of carbon dioxide. So looking at the equation, 1 mole of CaCO3 forms 1 mole of CO2. So 0.01 mole of CaCO3 forms 0.01 mole of CO2. So directly find the mass of CO2, relative formula mass into amount. So amount is this 0.01 and relative formula mass is 44. So 44 into 0.01 gives you 0.44. You have been given this equation that twice sodium hydroxide plus chlorine gives you bleach plus sodium chloride plus water. So the question is, if you have a solution containing 100 gram of sodium hydroxide. So this sodium hydroxide is 100 grams. What mass of chlorine gas do you need to convert it into bleach? So this is asked, right? So I write the equation again, twice NaOH plus chlorine is giving you sodium oxychloride, that is bleach, plus NaCl plus water. Now you have been given the amount of NaOH and you are told to find the amount of chlorine in grams. So you need not bother about all this. So just see this, 2 moles of NaOH requires 1 mole of chlorine, right? So 2 mole of NaOH is corresponding to 1 mole of chlorine. Now in 1 mole of NaOH, how much mass is there? Relative molecular mass. So NaOH mass you first calculate. So first you calculate NaOH relative molecular mass and multiply with 2. So Na is sodium. Sodium is 23. O is 16. And H is 1. Okay. So this becomes 23 plus 16 plus 1. 40. So 2 into 40 is 80. So it means 80 gram corresponds to, now chlorine is 35.5. So you multiply with 2. Which is 71. So this is 71 grams. So if 80 gram is corresponding to 71 gram, then 100 gram will correspond to simple unitary method. 100 gram will correspond to 71 upon 80 into 100. So just calculate this and find the answer. (71) into 5 upon 4. 36. So 365 upon 4. So 365 divided by 4. 4 9s are 36. 4 1s are 4. 4 2s are 8. 4 5s are 20. Okay. So 91.25 grams. So this is the answer. So now you can say that 91.25 grams of chlorine gas is required to convert 100 grams of NaOH to bleach. This is the extra question. When calcium metal is added to water, it reacts giving off hydrogen gas and calcium hydroxide. Write a balanced reaction or symbol equation for the reaction. How much calcium metal must be added to water to produce 3.7 grams of calcium hydroxide? Now they have not given you a reaction. So you have to write the reaction and then balance it and then go ahead. So calcium metal, okay, calcium metal is added to water. Okay. It reacts giving off hydrogen gas. So we have to form hydrogen gas and calcium hydroxide. We should know the valency of all the cations and anions to write the formulas perfectly. Okay. Then we should write the state. Calcium is solid, hydrogen is aqueous or liquid. Okay. This is gas. And now we have to balance. See how many number of calcium are there? 1. Here also 1. Hydrogen is 2, but here hydrogen is 4. So if we write 2 here, here also hydrogen becomes 4. Here also it is 4 now. Now oxygen is 2 here. Here also oxygen is 2. So now it is balanced. So now I have written the chemical equation. You are asked that how much calcium is required to form 3.7 gram of calcium hydroxide. So just calculate the mass of calcium hydroxide, relative molecular mass. For calcium it is 40. Okay, for oxygen it is 16. For hydrogen it is 1. Let's begin. Now since we want to find how much calcium, so this will be on the right hand side. So we will write 1 mole of calcium hydroxide is formed by 1 mole of calcium. Okay. Now 1 mole of calcium hydroxide corresponds to relative molecular mass. So calcium is 40 plus oxygen is 16 and hydrogen is 1. So 2 into 1 2. So this becomes 74 grams. So 74 gram of this corresponds to 40 gram. Now they have asked 3.7 gram. So 3.7 gram will correspond to what? It will be 40 upon 74 into 3.7. Solve this and write the answer in the comment box. So this was all about equations and calculations. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and write in the comment box. And please do not forget to subscribe and tap on the bell icon. Please share this video with all your classmates and keep the learning on. Thank you and have a nice day.